have part 3, create your own social justice song using hip hop or pop form. So in the previous project, the standard form of most hip hop songs was presented as ABAB format. So in your last project, you did a hip hop instrumental that some of you said was very hard because you weren't allowed to use loops. This song, you're allowed to use loops, you're allowed to use samples, you can use whatever you want. Most pop songs showcase a little bit more in depth in terms of form. So this is really where we're getting introduced to the idea of a bridge for the first time. So first, similarly to hip hop, songs usually start out with an ABA or verse, chorus, verse format. Remember, the B section is a highlighted musical part of your song. The B section builds off the A section and is usually the anthem or contains a louder dynamics. After the second A or verse, most artists connect the verse to the ending of the song with a bridge or a C section. So the idea ABA, C, BB, that's kind of the form that we're going for. So the bridge, or C, is traditionally different than the rest of the song. In rock and roll, the bridge is used for instrumental solos or a long instrumental progression. In pop, some artists feature a rap, a narrative, a guest artist, or a varied type of singing from the rest of the song. The bridge traditionally can showcase a different feeling of the song, transitioning into a different relative key or rhythmic change. So sometimes we see big contrasts in pop music, and sometimes we just see, like stated, a rapper kind of featured in a pop format. You don't see a lot of bridges in hip-hop music, but again, I think that's because of the complexity of the lyrics. There's kind of a little bit more focus on the lyrics than the instrumental. In Soundtrap, and again, you're going to make me a collaborator, this is the basic form that you want to follow, ABACBB. Now remember, in our last project, it's important to kind of understand the different parts, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, lyrically, right? We haven't written a lot of lyrics yet. So part 4, writing lyrics. The final step of your masterpiece is creating your lyrics. Lyrics will provide awareness for your classmates in a positive, progressive manner. Remember, the whole idea of the project is create awareness or try and prevent the problem from happening amongst your peers. Lyrics can be easily related to poetry. They both have rhythmic sense of flow or both contain stories. Relate the sections of your songs to stanzas, aiming for at least 4 lines per section. So each section should have 4 lines, and you also want to be aware of your syllables, right? You don't want a line that has 10 syllables and then your next line to have 20. You want them to be kind of in the same ballpark. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it should be 2 or 3 syllables in the same ballpark. So A, 4 lines, verse. You're telling a story. You're prompting the listener for the main theme or chorus. So you're setting a scene. And then the B section or the chorus, main theme or idea of the song, social justice topic, should be addressed in this section. Second A, continued story or different snapshot, again, prompting the listener to support the chorus or main theme. Okay? It doesn't have to be, your best poem. I know that lyrics are difficult to write, but I think it is, rhyming is a great way to kind of focus your story and your lyrics onto your song and kind of guides you. If you choose not to use a rhyming scheme, it actually makes it more difficult because you have so much to say. So rhyming kind of helps because it kind of gears us towards what our options are, that what we can say lyrically. Just a thought, but it's up to you. C, the bridge. Musically sounds different, yet connected to the rest of the song. This goes for the lyrics too. This is a good place to include facts or historical knowledge of the topic if you haven't already done so. Some pop songs include a rap in the bridge in comparison to singing, or it contains an instrumental solo or with no lyrics. So you can also have your C or your bridge have no lyrics, and that is also a contrast because it's an instrumental. So let's take a look at some previous example work from students in the lyrics department. Now, you don't have access to this document, but you do have access to my SoundCloud that has some of the lyrics in the descriptions of previous work, and some of these songs are actually on there. So remember, we went over the list of social justice topics that you can pick from. You are not limited to that list. If you are passionate about something else that you want to advocate for, please ask. So I'll just show you a couple of examples here. Here's one on world hunger. That's a different one. World peace that you can do. LGBTQA rights. Poverty. Now, this is a good one because, just because you do one social justice topic doesn't mean that you can't do others. You have to research a particular topic. But if you want to incorporate other topics, because so many social justice topics actually do, in fact, overlap with one another. So, verse 1, trying so hard to get ahead, no time for schooling, I'm not well read. Bills to pay, mouths to feed. As a family man, I have responsibilities. Chorus, dreaming to be, waiting to see, an end to this pressure wearing on me. So again, you kind of see like the story, right? And then kind of the overall idea. Verse 2, days fly by, money's tight, I've got to work more hours to try and make things right. Bridge is instrumental, and then the chorus twice. There's another one on world peace, LGBTQ, racism, and world peace. So here's an example of one that, again, kind of overlaps with the two. Chorus, let's put this stuff in the past because we learn about it in class. And in the quotes, I know because I've listened to this track, it's like an echo kind of effect. These stuff were happening way back before. We're gonna do something way down in our core. Let's put the stuff in the past. Yeah. Let's put the stuff in the past. Yeah. Let's put the stuff in the past. Yeah. And let's keep this stuff in the past. So this is all of the chorus. So they actually started with the chorus first, right? And then did the verse second, and that's okay. Again, I know from the context of this song, this was a hip hop song, so it has more of like a ABAB form. As long, again, as you are making sure that your topic is addressed in your chorus and that your kind of story is saw in the verse. So verse 1, world peace is the key to most of everything. Look what those wretched people came here to bring. We learn how back then there was a man named King. I guess war violence is now a regular thing. So obviously a reference to Dr. Martin Luther King. There's a lot less shadows arising, a lot of bad things going up. Surprising. A bunch of stuff is happening in the Middle East. Not all people there are bad. Stop disturbing the peace. So obviously a reference to. So again, these are just some examples. And again, you can see a lot of these examples in the description on SoundCloud. Students have linked their lyrics in the bottom. So at the very least, you should have a verse, a chorus, a second verse, and a bridge, right? And then you repeat the chorus twice at the end. Again, if your bridge is a featured instrumental, you should at least have lyrically your verse, chorus, second verse, and then your chorus repeated twice. So at minimum, you should have 12 lines, okay, 4, 8, 12. So the three things that you're turning into me, and this is why I said it was a 3-part project, is the research portion. So you're answering these questions based off of the topics. Your actual instrumental via Soundtrap, okay? Again, you can use loops, you can use samples, you can use whatever you want. Remember, this is kind of your final go around at Soundtrap, so you can use whatever you want. And then your lyrics, okay? So those are the 3 things that I need you to turn in. Now, if you want to do your historical research first, obviously, and then you want to do your lyrics first and then your instrumental, it's up to you. After you do the historical research, it doesn't really matter which one you want to do first. It's up to your personal preference. And again, you have 2 weeks to do this, so you got plenty of time. All right, guys, so that's it for the Social Justice Project tutorial. And I just want to kind of add something additional to that. I really hope that you kind of learn through this project that music can definitely be a platform for social change, and that different musicians have used music as that vehicle in a lot of different examples. I hope that this project kind of brings you awareness of different social justice issues going on in our country, and I hope it gives you an outlet to kind of express yourself. That is the whole point of this project, for you to kind of learn a little bit more about the songwriting process, obviously, but to also give you a voice. So with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed these kind of tutorials and projects. Bye, guys.
Yeah.